Dear students of 10A and 10B, in this lesson, today's points are very important. Court of record. What is court of record? You know, the Supreme Court, a court of record is a court whose, judgments are recorded for evidence and testimony. So, what is the meaning of court of record? A court of record is a court whose judgments are recorded as evidence and testimony, and the judgments are in the nature of precedents. What is the meaning of precedents? Means the high courts and the subordinate courts. High courts and the subordinate courts are bound to give a similar decision in a similar case. I would like to make it easier to you by giving one example. Suppose High Court passes one, High Court gives verdict. High Courts give one verdict. The High Court gives one verdict, but the case is same. The case which was the same case which was questioned by the lawyers in lower courts and subordinate courts, that the cases are of equal importance. Both the two cases are justified are tried by the judges of lower courts and high courts. But suppose the case came from lower court to high court, but same type of case. In that case, the decision will be of same importance. The decision will be of same type. That means the nature and case of as per the nature and case, the decision of both the two courts, subordinate court and high courts, will be as same. That means the decision of both the two courts will be of equal value. This system is known as precedence. Precedence. That means high courts and other courts are bound. High courts and other courts are bound to give a similar decision. High courts and other courts means other subordinate courts are bound to give a similar decision, in a similar case. And there would be no questioning regarding the matter. They are not be questioned when they are produced before any subordinate court. Suppose High Courts gives one verdict. That verdict will be recorded as evidence and testimony. The High Court's order or the jurisdiction or the verdict which have been given by the High Court, the verdict which has been given by the High Court will be recorded for evidence and testimony, and the same type of case are being discussed in the subordinate court. But subordinate court will follow the similar decision of the High Court. The subordinate court has to consult the decision of the same case, the decision of the High Court of the same case. Seems that both the two cases are of equal importance, equal value, similarity is there. That's why the decision of both the two cases will be of equal importance. The decision will be same as the nature of the cases. In a nutshell, we can say that high courts and other courts are bound to give a similar decision in a similar case, and they are not be questioned when they are produced before any subordinate court. And the Supreme Court shall be a court of record, and shall have all powers of such a court, including the power to punish for contempt of itself. For example, one person criticized the judgment of the Supreme Court, one verdict has been given by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, but it is thoroughly discussing in the open road, or someone is criticizing it. Someone is criticizing it, or media also is criticizing. Media also is criticizing the decision of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. So the person who will be involved in the process of criticism will be taken into task for this. As per the law, that matter will be considered as contempt of court, and in that case, the Supreme Court can punish the person for contempting of law, for court order. So for challenging the court order, that's why for contempt of law of the Supreme Court can punish them. The court of record has two implications. There are two implications of the court of record. Number one, there are two implications of the court of record. Number one, its judgment and orders are preserved as record. Its judgments and orders are preserved as record. This can be produced in any court as precedents. This can be produced in any court as precedents. Number two, if a person commits a contempt of court, the court has the authority to punish him. No authority can deprive the court of this right. No authority can deprive the court of this right. That means if a person commits a contempt of court, the court has the authority to punish him, as I taught you earlier. No authority can deprive the court of this right. That means a person can commit any kind of offense, any kind of mistake, like suppose a person committed a contempt of court. In that case, the court has full authority to punish him, and in that case, no authority can deprive the court of this right. No authority can deprive the court of giving punishment. No authority can deprive the court from being punished by the Supreme Court or by the court. And next one, truly, as a matter of fact, the Supreme Court acts as the guardian of the Constitution. Why? The Supreme Court acts as the guardian of the Constitution because the Supreme Court has the authority to interpret the Constitution of India thoroughly, as per the nature study, as per the nature of the cases, as per the requirements of different articles mentioned in the Constitution. So, as per the case, the Supreme Court has the authority to interpret the Constitution thoroughly and with the explanation of different articles as per the nature of the cases. So, the Supreme Court can punish any person for contempt of the court. The Supreme Court whatever jurisdiction is there providing for it, for giving verdict, can give it, but the Supreme Court's decision is final, so no one has any authority, no one has any right to criticize the decision of the Supreme Court. No one can challenge the decision of the Supreme Court except the presidents. In some cases, the president can reduce the punishment given by the Supreme Court. Why? Because of the president is the nominal head of the country and constitutional head of the country. That's why the president has authority to reduce. The president has authority, can reduce the punishment given by the Supreme Court, the highest court of India, or the apex court of India. So that's why. So this is the system of court of record of the Supreme Court. There are two courts in India, the High Courts and Supreme Court have the court of records. Now why? Because each and every decision of different cases are duly recorded in the record and preserved in the record room So these are recorded in order to uh, preserve the record for preserve the record as precedents. Preserve the records as precedent. So these are recorded for evidence and testimony. Both the two courts, the High Courts and the Supreme Court, can preserve the record, the preserve it uh, in order to maintain the system of similar judgment from both the two courts, the High Courts and the Supreme Court. So, in a nutshell, we can say the court of record is a court whose judgments are recorded for evidence and testimony. For evidence and testimony. The second point, now I am going to discuss about it. The second point, that is enforcement of fundamental rights and writs. 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 Now, what is this enforcement of fundamental rights and writs? You know, any citizen whose rights are violated may move to the Supreme Court for the enforcement of the rights. Any person whose fundamental rights are violated can go to the Supreme Court for bringing the charge of being violated. That means, suppose one citizen's fundamental rights are violated by anyone else. In that case, the person has right to move the cases, to open the cases for the protection of his fundamental rights to the Supreme Court. Then Supreme Court has the highest authority to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. And besides, the Supreme Court has power to issue orders or writs in the nature of habeas corpus, mandamus prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari for the enforcement of any of the fundamental rights. That means, in order to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens, the Supreme Court can issue a number of writs like habeas corpus, quo warranto, habeas corpus, mandamus, certiorari, prohibition. So these are the important writs the Supreme Court can issue in order to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. Now, the Constitution prohibits the state from making any law which takes away or abridges the fundamental rights. If it does so, the law shall be declared null and void by the Supreme Court. The Constitution has given guarantee of the citizens for protecting the fundamental rights. The Supreme Court, for the protection of fundamental rights, the Supreme Court has given guarantee of the fundamental rights of the citizens to be protected. That means, in order to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens, the Supreme Court has provided a number of provisions and these provisions are given to the Supreme Courts and the High Courts. High Courts are the highest authority in a state level, and the Supreme Court is the highest authority in a central level or throughout the country. So a person can, in order to protect his fundamental rights at the time when their rights are violated, A person can go to the high courts and to the higher court, to the highest court of India, the Supreme Court, and in that case, the courts can issue a number of writs in order to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. Writs like habeas corpus, mandamus, quo warranto, prohibition, and certiorari. So these are the important, writs the Supreme Court can issue for the protection of the fundamental rights of the citizens. And in some cases, the Constitution has provided another system, that is, no one has any authority to violate the fundamental rights of the citizens, except the time when the fundamental rights are not, the fundamental rights cannot be challenged. Although the system provided by the Constitution that no one can challenge the fundamental right, no one can violate the fundamental rights, but at the same time, the fundamental rights can be temporarily suspended by the President during the time when there would be a natural disaster in the country, throughout the country, or the general emergency will be declared. General emergency, financial emergency will be declared by the President during that time. During that time of emergency, the fundamental rights will be temporarily suspended, and no one has any authority to go for the protection of fundamental rights to the Supreme Court. In that case, the matter will be considered as the matter of the President, and no action will be taken for the protection of fundamental rights. And during emergency period, the Supreme Court will be unable to issue any writ for the protection of the fundamental rights. And if anyone else challenges the authority of the Supreme Court for not protecting the fundamental rights during emergency period, the matter, the law, suppose it is discussed thoroughly, the matter will be considered as useless. In that case, the Supreme Court will have the authority to issue the fundamental rights, issue the writs as soon as the order, as soon as the fundamental rights, as soon as the emergency will be withdrawn, the emergency will be lifted by the President. As soon as the emergency will be lifted by the President, the fundamental rights of the citizens will be given importance, and Supreme Court will take action in order to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens on being taken complaints lodged by any person. So this is the system. Fundamental rights cannot be violated. If anyone violates the fundamental rights of the citizens, the Supreme Court has the supreme authority to protect the fundamental rights, and in order to protect the fundamental rights, the Supreme Court can issue a number of writs, as I mentioned earlier. But during emergency, during a financial emergency declared by the President of India, no fundamental rights can be protected by the Supreme Court, and no writ will be issued by the Supreme Court until the emergency is withdrawn by the President. Emergency is lifted by the President. As soon as the emergency will be withdrawn, the fundamental rights will be protected by the President. If any complaint regarding the violation of the fundamental rights is lodged for the Supreme Court. Up to this, my dear. Thank you.